Welcome back to the Bear Down Ball Out podcast. It's your boy Big Drew. We're still vibing from the Bears Packers playoff game, the Bears victory. Your boy went down. He had a day, went to the game, had one of the best sporting experiences of his life. And I just want to take a couple minutes and talk about the fact that the Bears are really pushing for a new stadium. We all know this if you're a fan and you've been paying attention. They're talking about going to Gary, Indiana. Maybe they'll go to Arlington. And I'm just mind blown. After this experience at Soldier Field, I had the best time. Best time. And people say Soldier Field sucks. You know, that you got no bathrooms, that it's hard to get into, with Lakeshore Drive and difficult access, and it's old and it's cold and it's just not conducive to a good environment. And sure, for those who don't know, it is run by the Chicago Park District, so it's not owned by the Bears, and that's a huge problem. So obviously the Bears lose out a lot of revenue, and they don't get all the revenue necessarily for the parking and being able to host other events throughout the year. So it's a huge money play. We all know that. It's all about money. The McCaskies are trying to, build a mega complex, hotels, restaurants, bars. They'll own the whole thing, parking, be able to host all kinds of other events. But there's two things that really bother me. Is one, they want to put the Bears in a dome. And if they do that, it'll literally take the soul out of the team, and you just won't have that experience. I mean, a couple of weeks, the weather, the cold weather is our advantage. We got the LA Rams coming in on this playoff game, and it's going to be 5 degrees. Those pretty boy LA dudes, they play in a dome on turf all year round, and having to come in 5 degree, windy, terrible Chicago weather is a huge advantage to us, and it's part of the experience. The fans don't care that it's cold. We're jacked up. We got adrenaline rolling. We got a few beverages rolling. So we don't care. We're having a blast. And, the wind helped us big time last game. The Packers kicker missed 2 field goals and an extra point into the wind. That was major, major. And that played into our advantage. A couple weeks ago when the Packers played again here at regular season against the Bears, the Bears had their heaters apparently stop working. Go figure. The Packers heaters stopped working on their sidelines, and they're freezing their butts off. But the Bears heaters were perfectly working, and that's a little strategy there. But that's just some cool things with Soldier Field. And, the place was rocking, the sound, the fans were so loud. And I can't see this team in a dome. Like, I don't want to go to a dome game. I don't want to sit there in some perfect environment and perfect weather on turf. It's just not Bears football. It's not the history of the organization. It's not the brand of ball we play. And so it really pains me to see them try to put it in a dome. And then next, that other part was they want to take them to Indiana or Arlington or somewhere else out of the city, and you just won't have that experience. Like coming downtown on the train and going to Billy Goat Tavern, going to Rossi's, walking all over Chicago, doing things like that. It gives, for the people who don't live in the city, it gives you that Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You just have so much fun. For the people that do live in the city, hey, Chicago is where it's at. So, I can't believe that they want to move the Bears out of the city and into a dome so that they could do this big mega complex that the McCaskies can own outright. After this weekend's game, you heard it. You even heard Barstool Big Cat talk about it. You heard a couple other big sports names talk about it on their podcast, how they don't want it to leave. All of a sudden now, you got Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, who's been playing hardball. He's starting to soften. And after this weekend, he was like, okay, I'll help you with the infrastructure. I can give you guys infrastructure, but you got to pay for the stadium. So that's a little bit, we're getting a little bit closer there, the McCaskies might be able to wiggle and say, okay, let's find a way to finance the stadium if they can do infrastructure, and let's keep it downtown. So there's a lot of politics going on. We're talking 10 billion, $50 billion of revenue probably over the next 5 years once the new stadium is put in, from construction to parking to hotels to beverages to food to, probably an on-site casino and gambling of some sort. So let's not get it twisted. We know this is about money, and it's a huge thing about money. But from a fan, a super fan, and the experience that I just had, I really, really, really hope they find a way to keep the Bears in an outdoor stadium, or at least a retractable roof that you can decide if you want to keep the roof open for certain games. And the fall weather's beautiful, just got to do it. We got to do it. Got to stay. And we can't leave the city of Chicago. We can't go to Indiana. We can't go to Arlington. So please, Bears fans, make some noise, get on social media, let the McCaskies know, let the governors know, let the or Mayor Johnson know that we need this city to come together and keep the Bears here and keep it outdoor, and let's do another 100 years of Bears football together. Bear down, guys.